I'm Carol O'Brien. I'm running for Congress.
The primary election in Ohio's 12th district is just weeks away.
I'm Carol O'Brien.
Nice to meet you, Ms. O'Brien.
And every introduction is a possible vote. Every connection over pizza, a chance for first-time Republican candidate Carol O'Brien to get closer to Washington.
You get to vote for me twice?
But she's never quite sure what kind of impression she's making.
They talk to other people and they talk about how quiet I am, which is pretty funny because never in my life have I been told I'm quiet. Or in the same conversation, I was also very pushy and aggressive, you know, pushy. And I think that's a lot just because I'm a woman.
I'm a mother, a grandmother, and a prosecutor.
The challenges women face running for office in the U.S. are especially tough for women on the right.
I'm Carol O'Brien, and I approve this message.
I do think that the Republican women are facing a harder uphill battle at the primary level. There's a bigger hurdle to jump as a female to get the money. They want to make sure you're a viable candidate, that you're a good candidate and that you can do the job. And my position is look at my resume and look at what I've done.
But I don't think
it was that resume, tough prosecutor, strong conservative military parent, that attracted campaign manager Jay Chabria.
You can't just be a male white party forever. However, it's right now, in my opinion, it's still really in the lip service side of it rather than the action side of it.
Of the 107 women in the U.S. Congress, just 29 are Republicans. It's a divide that could get much larger, with the Trump presidency inspiring left-leaning women to run for office.
More Democratic women do tend to run, and that's amped up this year.
Michelle Swires teaches politics at Georgetown University. She says, like so much in U.S. politics, success comes down to cash. Since 1985, the organization Emily's List has been raising money for pro-choice Democratic female candidates. The name Emily's List actually stands for Early Money is Like Yeast. There's nothing similar on the right.
The donors in the Republican Party, they don't see gender. They want commitment to conservative ideology. And so they don't care about the gender of the candidate. They're not likely to be responsive to a diversity argument. Rather,
there are steps to change that.
We want to thank everyone for coming to the launch of our organization, Women Run.
This is a fundraiser for a new organization supporting moderate Republican women.
The big tent of the Republican Party has been shrinking and has not been all that welcoming to women and minorities, and that's something that we wanted to try to address.
Co-founder Martha Eamon-Conte says electing more women will help Congress get past the current ideological gridlock.
Women tend to be more collaborative, and they are willing to work across the aisle. We've seen with the women that are already in office, and we'd like to bring more of that so that we can have our government working again.
1, 2, 3.
There are also movements to get young conservative women involved in politics. At the annual far-right festival that is the CPAC conference, one pink booth stands out in all the red, white, and blue.
I think we've got about 100 women signed up.
Karen Agnes Lips started the Network of Enlightened Women with university chapters across the country.
It's often very discouraging to be a conservative young woman, so that's why it's so important for groups like ours to exist, where we're really empowering these women to speak out and become leaders.
She says stereotypes of right-leaning women don't help. After covering one of New's early meetings, a campus magazine put an unflattering image on its cover.
What did it look like?
This was a woman who was baking cookies and had a machine connected to her midsection popping out 9 babies. So to them, that's what a conservative woman was. So that's a stereotype that we have to fight against.
Women have to do a little bit more.
For Carol O'Brien, deciding to run meant getting over barriers in her own mind.
I always told people when I was younger I would never run for office because every person who didn't vote for you was like someone not liking you. I've gotten past that.
The campaign is in the home stretch.
We need people to walk, pass out lit, knock on doors, talk about how wonderful I am.
The primary is a tough one. The competition, one other woman and 7 men. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Delaware, Ohio.